Okay, very good. I'm calling the village board meeting Monday, July 1st, 2024 to order. Stand to do the pledge of allegiance. Down.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dennis, you did a great job. Appreciate it. Great. Attendance. Of the officials. Our first motion of business here will be to approve the minutes from the June 17th, 2024 village board meeting and file the May 8th, 2024 architectural May 20th, 2024 finance and personnel committee meeting minutes as presented. I'll need a motion in it.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Give a motion and second. Any corrections, changes, additions? Say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Is there anybody here wishing to be heard in an agenda item or an agenda item? Anybody wishing to speak? Right, we will move on to business presented by the president. First item here is the appointment of Dan Ernst to the Finance and Personnel Committee. I think you did see his resume on his redacted resume on the he would be placed to replace Clark, who is moving up to Colorado. So Dan Ernst comes with many years of experience and also Fire Commission. Look for a motion in a second.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Do a motion in a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? And that motion carries. Second item I'd like to bring up is the energy update. As we all know, we've gotten bitten by the power outage. Last power outage we had last week, it was Thursday. All I know was during the Stanley Cup playoffs. So we had about 3,700 customers out of power in the village, and it was the second power outage we've had in about 2 months. I figured it was up. I should get in contact with the Energies as the village council to ask them what's going on. Before I did that, I talked with Fire Chief Will Race, and he told me we had 3 limits power lines between Norfolk and Mole Creek over the last 2 years. So I figured I'd give the Energies a call and ask them if they're going to do something about that. They've been very, very, very supportive. They gave me a contact. Their public relations folks got involved immediately. They believe they have the problem fixed. It's multi-pronged. There's, of course, we have 2 power sources coming into the village, one coming from the east down the interurban trail and one coming from the west. And evidently on the night of the Stanley Cup playoffs, one of those power sources went down. That was from the east, and the west did not again. And that all took place at the substation on North Avenue. So they know they had a problem there. Well, they did confirm that there's a lot of live fall that's taking place. Those are live branches that fall in the high power lines right around North Fork up to Mole Creek. However, the last one was a deadfall, which is an older ash tree which had started on fire. So I asked them if there's something that they might be able to do proactively, perhaps like if their tree trimmers out there and being able to do that. Back to me today and said that within the next 2 to 3 weeks, they're going to establish 2 things. From North Avenue out to the interurban trail, actually out to Green Bay Avenue, they're going to make sure they trim no trees, and they're also going to be trimming trees where 100% of our power failures have taken place in the last couple of years. So I'm happy to hear that they're going to be doing that, and they were very reactive, and that they not have power outage for air conditioning at time or a refrigerator. Issues that I'm very happy that they will be placing something on Facebook tomorrow. That we are getting some support. So very happy. They're very nice to work with, and grateful that they work with it. One thing they were saying is that some of the folks might have issues trimming in their backyard along North. And they can't necessarily reach it by the truck. They may have to go through the backyards, and some of the folks up there may not let them into the backyard. And they suggested that if they do have a problem with that, give us a call, and you can help out a little bit by contacting those folks and asking them good neighbors and allow us to tell all of it. So it's good stuff. All right. With that, we'll go to number 6, which is a resolution commending Dennis myself. Dennis, I'm giving you the full 9 yards here. We're going to embarrass you really well. So we'd like to make a resolution here, and that is going to, after I'm done doing this, we're going to take a motion and offer a motion in a second. So a resolution commending Dennis Bartel on his retirement and for his 33 years of service to the village of Grafton. Whereas Dennis Bartel began his employment with the village of Grafton on January 7th, 1991, while I was still on time about. Whereas Dennis has been a member of the Public Works Department for his 33 plus years of employment with the village, and whereas Dennis, during his tenure with the Public Works Department, Dennis' primary responsibility is keeping all the streets within the village clean. He's done a nice job. Whereas Dennis is also an integral part of cleaning storm sewer catch basins annually, and whereas Dennis' contributions in these actions help the village remain compliant with the Wisconsin DNR requirements and kept thousands of tons of street debris and contamination out of local waterways. And whereas Dennis has also participated in all other DPW tasks, from street repairs, storm sewer maintenance, forestry, park maintenance, snow plowing and salting, and many others. And whereas over the years, Dennis has been a conscientious employee and has always represented the village of Grafton with the highest degree of professionalism. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the accomplishments and years of service that Dennis has given to the village of Grafton. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the village board of the village of Grafton does hereby acknowledge with sincere appreciation and gratitude the 33 years of dedicated service that Dennis Bartel has provided to the community, and be it further resolved that the village board and village staff, the village of Grafton, hereby wish Dennis the very, very best in his retirement. Approved by the village board, village of Grafton on his birthday of July 2024, Dan Lord, village president. I'll take a motion in a second.
I'll offer.
All right, we have like a lot of motions and seconds here. So all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And let's get Dennis a standing ovation. And Dennis, you can't get away without a picture with me handing you this plaque.
When's your last day?
My last day.
Oh, okay. So much for going over there.
Thanks again, Dennis. We appreciate it. You can sit through this, the rest of this if you want, otherwise you can enjoy retirement. All right, with that, let's go. I believe we're moving over to Department Administrator's report and the Village Administrator's report.
Absolutely. We received word today from the Ozaukee County Highway Department that County Trunk Highway V is being milled and resurfaced by the County Highway Department during the month of July. Starting the week of July 8th, the milling of the surface will begin. Then the following week of July 15th, repaving work will begin. This is expected to last about 2 weeks, and the project will involve lane closures. So over the course of the month of July, County Highway V will be resurfaced by Ozaukee County. Martini Pete's, local establishment, is closed as they navigate the liquor license renewal process. It is anticipated that the matter will come before the village board on July 15th for further consideration. I understand there may be a change in ownership involved with this, and therefore ultimately, though, village board consideration of the renewal is required, and right now they are tentatively scheduled to come forward on the 15th. For the time being, they will remain closed. Staff has met on site with the Seasons Development on Port Washington Road to discuss erosion control and road sweeping issues that need to be addressed. Corrective action has been ordered. I wanted to make the village board aware of that ongoing situation that is being addressed by staff. That is my report for this evening.
Thank you very much, Jesse. I appreciate it. All right, we will look for approval to issue operator licenses here. We're all seeing that there are two folks who apply for operator's license. I'll look for a motion in a second.
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and second. Any discussion, questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Liquor license establishment for Bridge Inn, and it's just something that they go through on a regular basis. Jesse, correct?
Yes, this is their annual birthday party that they like to have. That said, for their annual anniversary party, the extension of premise must be approved by the village board. This is a temporary expansion of an existing liquor license. All of this is in accord with state law. There are no significant changes from prior years. They simply look to use a portion of the parking field for outdoor activities. They do cordon it off with no carry-ins and no alcohol allowed beyond this point. Signage and have been good tenants of this temporary expansion over time. So this is coming forward with a motion to approve.
Okay, we'll look for a motion to approve for liquor license establishment for Bridge Inn and CDBA Bridge Inn, 1260 for the date. 7 p.m. Dave, you gave a motion approved. Second.
I'll second.
And a motion second. Lisa, do you have a question?
Jesse, are those parking spots village owned or are those spots belonging to the bridge?
The village parking field. Mhm.
As far as in their narrative that they sent out, they talked about having structure there. Is the truck gonna be inside the fenced area or outside the fence?
For typically for special, just one-time events like that, we do not require trucks. I mean, it's technically a private event. So we do not require a food truck license, but because we do not allow food trucks on the street except for chamber events, it would need to be parked in the parking lot.
But we don't know whether it's inside the perimeter.
I assume it's inside the perimeter so that people can not have to leave to use the food truck.
Yeah. You don't want to drop your food to host the food truck, right? Yeah. Amy. Jim.
Yes, by the way, there was a food truck there last year, so. I would just recommend everybody coming this year, plug for the Bridge Inn, the Rhythm Kings is the guest group this year. I've seen them perform at Miller Park back in the day. They've also performed at Summerfest. They've also performed at Summer Sounds. They are very good. Just a free plug for them.
Thank you. All right, second. In favor, say. Opposed? Carries. All right, report of bills of village expenditures of the year 184,070. Did see any questions that are still out there? If none, I'll seek a motion and a second.
I'll second.
A motion and second. Discussion I see. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We look to convene into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 195(1)E competitive bargaining matters, school resource officer, and Timothy Wooden building leases. I look for a motion in a second.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, start with Lisa.
Aye.
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 Okay, we will be evacuating this room for closed session.